Have you ever accidentally fallen into a lion enclosure? Or maybe you have tripped over and inadvertently fallen over a 200-foot cliff. If either of these situations has happened to you, then there's a very slim possibility that you've injured yourself. I don't know about you, but I personally find that getting injured to be a very painful experience, both emotionally and physically. To highlight this, one day I was casually climbing up some stairs. I was feeling quite brave that day and decided to skip out one of the steps. Upon deciding this, my leg was not given the information fast enough and I failed to skip over the step. My leg panicked and ended up caving in and I collapsed on the stairs. I ended up with a substantial bruise that lasted for about 2 days. My doctor told me that I was lucky to be alive. After that, I vowed never to use my legs ever again. I do still use my legs though, because I'm not very good at keeping vows. Sorry, I don't like to think about that day too much because it makes me feel very upset. Ow. Ow, the bruise, I can still feel it to this day. Ow. It is situations like that I desperately need to inform you about so that it doesn't happen to you. The main issue is that your body tends to come with all of these exposed body parts, such as arms and legs and a head. Without these body parts, you're much more less likely to get injured. For example, one day I was putting on a pair of socks. I put on the first sock with absolute ease. I then put on the other sock. 2 hours later, I looked straight down and I noticed that I had put one of the socks on inside out. This made me extremely angry and enraged. I ended up headbutting a brick wall with all of my force. My head was okay, but I severely injured the wall as some of the bricks started to fall down and then the whole wall collapsed after that. This cost me a lot of time and money to fix the wall again. Without my head, this would have never have happened, but the darn thing seems to be stuck permanently to my body. Can't get it off. The last injury that I'm prepared to share with you is the worst of the lot. You may find this a little bit disturbing, so please skip ahead or feel free to make a cup of coffee instead. So one day, I was eating a good slice of chocolate cake. When I finished the slice of cake, I cut myself 3 more pieces and started eating them as well. During the 4th slice of cake, I looked down and noticed that my stomach was in quite a bit of pain. I didn't know what was causing the pain because I hadn't moved in a good 3 hours, so I knew it wasn't from doing exercise. I decided that the best option was to go to the hospital, and when I got there, I spoke to the doctor and he told me that I had unfortunately contracted a stomachache, which meant that I had effectively injured my stomach. I was absolutely devastated to hear this news because I didn't know when my stomach wouldn't feel pain anymore and when I'd be able to eat some more chocolate cake. The worst part about all of this was that in the rush of getting myself quickly to the hospital, I had completely forgotten to put the cake away, and when I got back home, I realised that the cake had turned a little bit stale and it didn't taste as nice when I ate it afterwards. Also, when I got home and immediately ate the cake, I noticed that my stomach injury did not improve. It took a further 2 hours for that to happen, and that was only because I washed the cake down with some Coke afterwards. This just goes to show you that you can take all the precautions in the world, but you can still unfortunately get injured from time to time. But even still, I hope that you can learn from this yourself and do not end up getting injured unless you want to get injured, which is thoroughly up to you, and I respect your decision greatly. I'm going to go now and rest my body so that I don't get any more injuries. So I'll catch you all later. Goodbye, everyone. I've just hurt my hand. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. Oh, it's painful. I was hoping to have a relaxing evening. I don't want to have to go back to the hospital. Why does this keep happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Oh, it's happened again. Oh, my leg. My knee. What's going on?